Hi Taurus, welcome to Psychic Consultants. This is Agatha, and this is your love reading for June 2016. Happy birthday for last month. I'm sorry I missed it. Had a lot of technical issues. As you can hear, the sound will be bad, a little bit off for these June readings, but from next month they will be a lot better. Yeah, I hope you had a great birthday and a great May, and looking forward to seeing what comes up for you for June. A little bit more shuffling and then we'll get going. Cool. So, for you, we have the Four of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. For your love, we have the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and Temperance. Make sure you can see these. And then in the middle crowning, energy they take, energy they bring, energy you bring, the root. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. So, this is new beginnings, new clarity, new understanding, Sword of Victory. What I'm getting is that all the rubbish from the past now is over, and it's a new beginning. And it's just like cutting through all the rubbish. The victory is here. Victory is here with that Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and you can see it even in that image in this deck. It's like the rays of the sun, kind of like coming out from behind this hand holding this sword. It's just light. It's the sword of light. There's a lot of light coming off that sword as well. Just put that over there. Right, so starting off with you. Okay, so I can see that there's a little bit of back and forth, or a little bit of confusion maybe going on, a little bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a pause going on within this connection at the moment. You start off with this Four of Pentacles, and this is just about holding back, holding on, you know, not pushing forward. So it's like you're not really, for the beginning of the month anyway, you're not really feeling as though you're not giving anything away. You're playing your cards close to your chest, which is kind of a little bit of a Taurian thing to do for me. It's a bit like you keep it all a bit on the down low for as long as you can, often. Because it's like, my stuff is my stuff, you know, and I don't need to make it yours. It doesn't need to be your business until I kind of choose it to be. And that's okay, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I also do get that it could be in response to where this person is at, because they are represented by this Hanged Man. I mean, it just kind of shifted a bit then. So it kind of wanted to go in that direction. So it's more like, it can feel as though you can feel like you've been waiting, or there's been a waiting period, but it's shifting. But it feels like they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to let go. They're waiting for you to give them something. Basically to give them a clue, I think. Give them a clue. They do seem, the second card on the side of the love is the King of Pentacles, and this does feel like a masculine earth sign. Yeah, so Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. So yeah, I am getting a big kind of earthy energy from this. But it is also kind of you. So it's a little bit like they're waiting for you, if it's you represented kind of over there. It really is that they're waiting for you to let go and go with the flow. But also with this 4 and with this energy, I'm getting, just go at your own pace. You don't feel pressured, and I don't think you have, but it's just the story. There's no kind of like it shouldn't be this way attached to this story, but it's like you're holding on. They're waiting for you, and this Hangman is a big major arcana energy, so it's a big waiting. It feels like they've been waiting for a while for you to kind of show up. But this 10 of Cups, you do feel like this is something powerful and great, but it's like you're kind of holding back because you're not sure. You're not quite sure yet. So, and the message is yes. Wait. You're kind of doing this for a reason, so that's okay. And it's completely okay for you to wait and then go in with this when you're ready. It's like you want to make sure, and I feel like yes, it will be. There is this kind of emotional fulfillment. It feels like you want to make sure because you want to go all in. This is about going all in and achieving everything. Going all in and then having the achievement, reaping the rewards of going all in. This rainbow of cups, the cups of emotions and love flowing. The kind of like happy families going on here, connection, future, long-term connections. And it feels like that's what you want now. So you're just kind of, making sure that is the right person, I feel. This King of Pentacles can also be, a business, some kind of businessman or woman or entrepreneur, or somebody with their own business as well. Somebody secure. So I feel like that's kind of maybe what you were waiting for. You were waiting for the security, the signs of security to kind of turn up. In any, not necessarily just financial, but like emotional or whatever. You're kind of like, I want to feel as though you're a good bet before I put all my eggs in this basket, and that's okay. And it's kind of like, yeah, do be a bit careful. Yeah, it's then, because it's a bit of a curveball then, because this this 9 of Swords comes in, because this energy that I feel from this person is that they really kind of were quite, committed. They were just waiting for you. They kind of knew what was going on, but then it's like they have some kind of anxiety or issue, or lots of thoughts going on that aren't really working out, and not sleeping well sometimes. This card often for me, there's somebody sitting up in bed with their head in their hands. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. But it feels like, what it feels like is that they're upset or have some kind of anxiety about your career or your working. Because it's as though this energy, they kind of want to be the top dog. And this might be something that you're not aware of, and something maybe that they're not even aware of. And that might be what you've been picking up, is that it's like a little bit like this King of Pentacles, he wants to be like the King of all the Pentacles, and then if you're making these Pentacles here, then, what do you need him for? And because it does feel a bit like this 9 is related to this 8. So, it could be something different. It could be unrelated, but I am getting that it's just kind of like they feel a bit threatened by your career or your working, or your diligence. Yeah, your ability to create the pentacles which they like to be the king of, or security. So that's a little bit interesting. But it does feel like it comes into balance with this Temperance card, because this Temperance card is all about balance, and it does feel like it comes back into balance. So it's just like a little bit of a thing. It's not a big problem, this, but it's like I think that's what makes you want to look away from them, or look away from this connection, is with this Two of Wands is all about expanding and expansion out into the future. Where are we going? And looking out, kind of taking things out there, and creating your world and taking your world out there. And you know, that I think that's born from this feeling like maybe they want to be a little bit too in control, and you're not really allowed to have your independence or something like that, or you feel as though your independence will be taken away. But the message here is that they do come into balance with that, with this Temperance card, and they do need to balance it out. They do need to kind of come into balance, and this is often balancing our masculine and feminine energies with this Temperance card. And I feel like whether this person is masculine or feminine, there's just a little bit, it's like this masculinity maybe when a little bit, the masculinity was a bit intense, and kind of verging on the controlling, you know, kind of trying to go out there, do in a controlling manner. But it does come into balance. It does come back into balance, to let you know that. So let's flip over the middle cards to see what they have to say. So crowning the two of you is the Three of Swords. Okay. The energy they bring in is the Eight of Swords. Energy you bring in is the Knight of Wands. And at the root is the Magician. Okay, so this is a little bit complex. So, yeah, I mean, this is kind of related. I feel like this Three of Swords is related to this energy at the beginning up here. So it's like you're both, it's like there's been some heartbreak, or there's some hurt here that is impacting this. There could be a bit of a three thing going on here. Could be some adultery going on. Could be some, you know, could be that there's another person involved, kind of thing. Could be like they're wait, you know, there's this waiting, and then there's this holding on, and it's kind of like there definitely could be a third person involved with this Three of Swords. And actually, before I did this reading, I kind of had a feeling the Three of Swords was going to come up, and was thinking about this three. So as soon as it turned up, that's kind of what I went for. But it is also a card about kind of heartbreak. But I always talk about this being the heartbreak breaking open. So it's not, you know, don't look at this card and feel like it's the end of the world, because for me, there's no such thing as a broken heart. It's we close it. It's more like we try to hold it together with these swords, and they hurt. So it's like when we take the swords out, you know, yeah, it may bleed a little while, but it will heal. And it's actually, you know, quite quickly. And it's actually much less painful to not try to hold the heart together with these swords. And swords are thoughts. So it's like we're trying to hold something together with our thoughts. If I do this, this, and this, then my heart will be safe. And it's not. It's piercing it. It's piercing it in a way that is painful. So it's like, just remove them. And yes, it may feel a little bit like it's bleeding a little while, but it will stop, and it's whole, and it doesn't need, the heart doesn't need anything. It can be open. It can be free. So that's a big message there for you. There's a lot of thinking going on, much more kind of on their side as well. I'm drawn again to this Ace of Swords, though, that there is victory here. That's a kind of theme energy for this spread. So, you know, push through. Push through. This is all good learning and good stuff. The energy they bring is the Eight of Swords. And that's, again, about, you know, quite connected to this 9, but it's just like being trapped by your thoughts. I feel like they may... Yeah, no, it really is. I do feel like maybe you're with someone, or they're with someone with this 3, and that's why there's all this kind of, you know, holding on and not sure, and, you know, this, that, and the other, and kind of control stuff going on, you know. But they seem to be trying to work it out intensely, but it's not kind of working. So the message is, you know, just be aware that they really are thinking about it and trying to work it out, but they're being paralyzed by it. They're kind of, this Eight of Swords is like you build all these thoughts kind of trap you, and then you're kind of trapping it's about trapping oneself with one's thinking about things, and not just allowing the heart to, make decisions. And if the heart is trapped here by these swords, so it's kind of like trying to work something out mentally rather than allowing the heart to make the decisions. And that's what needs to happen for this victory, is what I'm getting, even though it is the Ace of Swords. So it's kind of like we only need to have one great clear thought, really. We don't need 8, we don't need 9, we just need the one. We certainly don't need 3. So that's that. Energy you bring, but it's kind of going the other direction, is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is a fire energy, fire sign energy, but it's passion and creativity and sexuality often for me. But you're kind of going the other direction, so I feel like you're kind of taking what I'm getting is that you're kind of taking the sexual connection away from them. And this is what's causing them this kind of grief and this trying to work it out, I think. It's like you don't want to go there with this sexual attraction, which is there. But you just feel like it feels like you don't want to take that to them right now. You're taking it away from them. At the root is really interesting, is the Magician. He has the infinity symbol above his head, so this is like an infinite love, sign of infinite love. But the Magician is the ultimate creator. He's the creation of matter. The Fool is 0 in the tarot, and the Magician is number 1. So it literally is the creation from 0 to 1. The Magician has access to the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands here on the table, and he knows what to do with all of them. So that's mental clarity, the passion, the creativity, the love and the emotions, and the material and earthly possessions and things that he needs to create his reality. And it's that both of you are learning that lesson. I'm getting like both of you need to take responsibility for your own creation in this, and kind of stop a little bit of like waiting for the other one or blaming the other one for what's going on a little bit. Like the root is that you must both understand that, it's a number 1 as well. It's like there's just you, there's just the Magician here. And it is important for you both to understand that. Okay, so I'm going to pull a bit of an outcome card here. So that's the Devil. Okay. Interesting. So the devil card for me is it's the shadow side of the Lovers. So it's the slightly darker, heavier energy of the Lovers, but it is a kind of love. It is, for me, it is a card of love, but it's kind of like fear of love. Can also be adultery as well. So it feels like there is a little bit of a, adultery. It can also be addiction. So there's something kind of, it's attachment. So there's attachment to a person, attachment to, could be career thing with this King again, and this thing that came up with the 8 and the King. Attachment to a substance or work or a person. So, that's just an energy that's playing out here. But as I said, it is an energy, it is a loving energy. It is a loving energy. It's just, it's fear that kind of creates it. It's lack. It's that something can be taken away from us, and therefore I need to consume and consume and consume. And it kind of can make us behave in slightly strange ways. So, it does feel as though, this is a thing that's going on here. And also, I'm getting just be a bit careful with this. Be a bit careful. And yeah, don't. It's easy with this energy to kind of blame the other, but essentially it is kind of equal, and that can be difficult to deal with sometimes when we really feel like it's the other person doing things. But it is like there's equal responsibility here. There are 2 people involved, and there's 2, in this card, and there is an equal symmetry to it. And it is about, this magician seems to be the very important lesson here, is that you are, you are responsible for your own creation, and don't forget that, because then you're just disempowering yourself. So don't give this person all the power. But again, this Ace of Swords here, like, victory is yours if you want it, but just decide what you want. That's what it's about, Just decide what you want from this. And, this is very powerful when if you know what you want and you find it, you will have victory. That's the message for this. Okay, then I hope that was helpful and you enjoyed it. I did. If you're interested in a private reading, I will put the details about my readings below. Do share it with anybody that you feel might find it useful too. Like, comment. I really like the interaction that happens with all the videos, with me and with one another. I can't respond to all comments because it can be quite an undertaking. But I do read them all, and I do appreciate it all, and I really do enjoy these readings. So, yeah, just a lot to think about there. Lots of love for June, and I will see you again very soon.